Who is the best Fortnite player? That's a question we're going to answer today. Hi everyone, I'm Fox, and today let me be your guide in Fortnite competition from the first skirmish to today's 15th grand final. Now, if you're ready, let's go. First of all, to say who's the best player, we need to set what makes a player good. Some people will talk about gunfights, about mechanics, about aim, about brain and lead. Personally, as a Fortnite coach, I prefer to talk about performances in tournament with Gamepedia power ranking. Now, I'm going to start with showing you my favorite tool, and the tool which will help me for this video is Fortnite Gamepedia. Just want to say something, it's not because I show you Fortnite Gamepedia that I'm sponsored. I just want to show you a really useful tool and add-ons you might not know or don't use enough. Okay, so now we're on Fortnite Gamepedia, and you see there is many information on the screen, but don't worry, I'm gonna show you everything fast. So here, latest news, that's the kind of Mercato, we're not interested by it. Power ranking, that's gonna be interesting. Competitive, that's gonna be interesting. Here we have the power ranking players, EU, NA East, and West, Brazil, Asia, Oceania, and Middle East, that's all the biggest, that's all the region basically of Fortnite. And the last big events with the leaderboard in every regions. Now, if we check, we're gonna start with the best player by region in 2022. So we go power ranking players. Gonna start with Europe, and here you have the best players. So technically, in Europe, for the moment, Quizzy is the best player. 49,000 power ranking here. You see he finished 6 times first, 5 times second, and 4 times third. You see these informations for everyone. Now, if we go to North America East, technically Mero is the best player, and he's a controller player. That's really cool. 43,000 game PDA, but less wins than Quizzy. He has less power ranking and less wins. So technically, if we compare EU to North America East, Quizzy is still the best player. But Epicwell is almost the same power ranking, but he has more win, more second place than Quizzy here. But less power ranking, more wins, more top 3, more second place. And there is a biggest difference between the second place and the first place in NA West. If we go to Brazil, here with Xit, Fishy, Tolls, still less power ranking than Quizzy here. But Asia, that's the same, less power ranking than Quizzy. In Oceania, Quizzy is not the best player. Alex is way above him with way more wins. Volks is above, Bailey is above, Danat is above in terms of power ranking, and he's above Basil. So here, Quizzy will be the 5th best player in the world if we take OC, and about Middle East, that's the same. So in 2022, the best player will be Alex for the moment, at the moment where I'm recording this video, so the 24th of August. He will be the best player. Alex will be the best player. Volks will be the second best player. Bailey the third one. Dennett the fourth one. And Quizzy will be the 5th one. But there is a little difference we can make. Here we have the best players current for the moment by countries. So for example, from Albania, Puga is the best player, and we have for every regions with Australia, Belgium, Denmark, and all the others countries. Here we see, for example, Quizzy is the best overall in Europe, but here there is some people who are the best for their language and their countries. Has Video, who's the best German player, even if he has less wins than Janice. What's really cool with Fortnite Gamepedia, we can see the same informations, but before we were on 2022, now we can watch on 2021. And if we check on 2021, the year is finished, and Tyson was the best player in Europe, while in North America East, that was commitment in North America West. We had Epic Well again, with more power ranking than Tyson in Europe. In Brazil, Cadu. In Asia, Alice. In Oceania, Sarif. In Middle East, FZKL. And by countries, it's a bit different because we do not have the same players. Now we can have the same informations in Europe, but in 2020, and here, Dyson first, Janice again, Angelique third. This is only the power ranking Europe. I precise. This is only the power ranking they got in Europe because overall, if we check, in 2020, Tyson got 8,000. In overall, Tyson got 80,000 power ranking, and there you see he has only 75,000 just because he got 5,000 power ranking in other region than EU. North America East Agro was the best player in 2020. North America West Akram was the best player. Brazil King was the best player. Asia Kujak was the best player. On OC, Worthy was the best player. On Middle East, Spy was the best player. So in 2020, we can see that was Akram the best player of 2020. And about countries, again a bit different. Now we can go on 2019, but I have something more interesting to check in 2019, the leaderboards of the World Cup. Here are from Fortnite Tracker every information about the solo World Cup final with the cash prize, for example, the scoring, and the power ranking we got, but to be honest, that was not really interesting. So if we go below, we saw Boogie finished first, Psalm, Epic Well, Creo, King, Cruz, Kite, Nate, Riverson, Fetch for the top 10 in solo. So technically, the best player of 2019 will be Boogie in solo, and Nyrex and Aqua for the duos, with Rojo and Wolfie's second best duo, Elevate and Say's third best duo, Saf and Zayt fourth best duo, Akram and Falconers fifth best duo. But if we really want to talk about only Gamepedia, we can check here. Benji Fishy was the best player in Europe in 2019. In North America East, Agro was technically and statistically better than Booger. North America West, Rex was the best player above Epic Well, even if Epic Well placed 5th in the World Cup. Plexen placed better on Brazil than King, even if King placed good at the World Cup, just because the World Cup didn't give that much power ranking on Gamepedia. About Asia, Ludi placed first. And on OC, Giz placed first with a second place of Link, who played the World Cup. On Middle East, Soriano was the best on 2019. So basically in 2019, Benji Fishy was, from the statistic, the best players, but we do not have to forget, Boogie was the best player in solo, and Nyrex and Agua were the best players in duo. Now in 2018, there were some really good players, but if you see at the power ranking there, to be honest, it counts less. At the end of the year, the top 5 got only 8k power ranking, while if we go on current, 8,000 power ranking is around the top 150. But in 2018, there were less competitions and the scene was a bit more closed. Here's a new really interesting statistic from King Analytics from who is the best player. So if we check from At the moment where I record this video, we are the 21st of August, and for the 15th grand, if you check every FNCS grands, these are the 12 only players in the world who did and played all the grand finals. I don't talk about World Cup final, only the grand final of FNCS. Also, there is 4 players: Volks, Jinx, Worthy, and Sorif, while in Asia there is only Peter Pan and Muffin, Middle East, Spy, and Dexaphyte, Brazil, King, not the King from the World Cup, but another King, and Kadu, while in NA East we have only Canada, and in NA West we have only Epic Well, who played all the FNCS Grands. But there is still different elements which can make a player better than others. For example, here Mero won 5 FNCS Grands, but he is still not the best player and the player who won the most of Grands. If we check, Epic Well won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 Grand Final of FNCS. So, about winning Grands, only Epic Well is statistically the best player. However, Mero is the player who won the most of Grands on controller. If we go to the cumulative in Europe, so it's not a year, it's overall all years, Shepix is the best player, and the player who won the most of event is Angilex with 35 time first in a competition. In North America East, we have Canada, who won 23 events. In NA West, well, that's really different, with Epic Well, who won 49 events. In Brazil, well, that's our king from the World Cup, who won the most of events. In Asia, it's the first, and it's QJ. In OC, that's Folks. And in Middle East, that's Soriano, who won the most of events. So if we check the player who won the most of event, Epic Well is statistically once again the best player. Now, let's go for the last possibility to be the best player. If we go to cumulative, and we check the best player for every region, and we check who has the most of power ranking overall, Shepix has 262,000 Gampedia. In NA East, Canada has 258,770 power ranking. In NA West, Epic Well has overall 357,690 power ranking. In Brazil, King has the most power ranking, and he has 235,087 power ranking. In Asia, QJack has the most of power ranking, and he has 227,280 power ranking. On OC, Worthy has the most power ranking, and he has 251,497 power ranking. And on Middle East, Spy has the most of power ranking with 208,645 of power ranking. So if we make a little summary about the best players per regions, Spy is the one who has the less of power ranking, then QJack is just above him, King once above, Worthy once above again, Canada has the third place, has best player overall, Shepix is the second best player overall in the world from the power ranking only, and Epic Well will be, from a huge difference, the best player in the world in terms of power ranking. Well, I hope you liked this video. This is not the kind of video that I will do every days and every weeks, but I thought that was a really interesting subject. If you enjoyed, don't hesitate to leave a like under the video and leave a little comment. It will help me a lot for the next videos. And if you like that kind of content, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel for more. And if you say that, I wish you a good day and see you next week.